Why? Now I know how our parents felt with little. Wow, I didn't realize we was live.
Yeah,
That's the whole point.
Yeah, buddy.
That is
now I know how our parents felt with Lil Kim.
Fun.
That's right,
bro. I'm not even touching that right now. We'll get into
sexy. Get it
sexy. Red showing up on NXT.
And nothing sexy about that red.
Oh no.
But you know what though? You know what is red? The red light is on, which means the show has officially begun now. You know, this is early, so nobody's checked in just yet. So we can take all the pointless banter and rip and run. But tonight is going to be one of those loaded shows, and we are starting just a bit late. But I promise you, we have a lot to get into. And I promise, we will break all this stuff down. We have decided, I'm starting a new war, AEW versus WWE. Let's talk about it. Yeah. Are we on the horizon of a new war? All that and more. We got new places and old faces and new places. Yes, I said it backwards on purpose. Guess what? After the show.
Houston, we have a problem. Yes!
I'm in front of a live studio audience today. So guess what? Here we go. I got to make this a good one, right? Welcome to the Wrestling Wrealm Now podcast, where we take a deeper dive into the world of professional wrestling. Now, you can watch all of our Wrestling Wrealm content anytime on youtube.com/Wrestling Wrealm. Follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram, Threads, X, and Facebook at Wrestling Wrealm. Like, subscribe, and engage in the conversation with us. We are back, and I am your host, the realist himself, the real Dwayne Allen. He is your host, super producer, Brother Hugh, A to the S, T to the H to the E, 3 to the R, to the D, in the building. He is your host, not just any guy, but the guy, the Belt King himself, Brandon, the guy, in the building. And he is your host, the heart and soul, the man that keeps the sandwich together, the once and for all heel, Hollywood, Brian H. Waters, in the building. Gentlemen, we are back for another show. How's everybody feeling?
Feeling good. Gravy.
Okay.
Delicious, scrumptious, very sexy.
See, there you go. Nope, we'll get to that in a second.
You ain't learned the lesson yet, huh?
No, listen. Speaking of sexy, you can shop at WrestlingWrealm.com for all your Wrestling Wrealm apparel and merchandise. We have t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, and more. So if you want to support the brand, or you just want to look as sexy as Brother Hugh is talking about as of right now, that's where you can do so. So pick yourself up a Wrestling Wrealm t-shirt, a hoodie, a mug, or whatever accessories that we have on there. We will be doing some live unboxings in the near future. Trust me, I've stated 1,000 times, but just be patient with your boy. It's going to happen. Live unboxings on the show, just to give people a better look at some of the merchandise that we have. We got some real cool stuff, and you should be a part of it. But if it's not the merchandise that you're looking for, and you don't want to shop on the WrestlingWrealm.com, that's okay, because guess what? We have a Patreon channel. That's right. Patreon.com/Wrestling_Wrealm for all exclusive shows and bonus material. Now, what exactly does that mean? I'm glad you asked, so I'll tell you. Realness Reacts coming soon. Brian, it just starts live in living color. So much writing, so many videos, so many things that we cannot say on the air. And there will be an influx of new Patreon content coming real soon, especially in the upcoming year. So that is a place to be. Guess what? You can do what? What's the line, Brian H? Subscribe for?
Pay the one. Uno.
Pay the one. You can subscribe for just as low as $1. So pay the one. Oh. Right, this is to go. Never mind. So if you want to subscribe, to
internet, man.
No, it's cool. Don't worry about it. It happens all the time. So if you want to subscribe to our Patreon channel, be a patron. And shout out to all those who have already subscribed to our Patreon channel. Once again, that is patreon.com/the wrestling_realm. for exclusive shows and bonus material. Now, don't get bonus material confused with this bonus that the Wrestling Wrealm has tried to provide for our audience, because it is the summertime and we have partnered with SeatGeek for all live shows, concerts, and more. Use our promo code Wrestling Wrealm to get $20 off your one-time purchase of $50 or more. It's beautiful outside. It's the summertime, so there's so much going on, and we are here to do you a solid. So once again,
summertime.
Exactly what he said.
Hey.
Shout out to everybody who has already used this promo code. We have gotten quite a few emails and tweets, just giving us a thanks for just, doing our part. So once again, SeatGeek.com, use promo code Wrestling Wrealm. Now, if that's not enough for you, and you say you want to be a part of the Wrestling Wrealm, right? But you can't necessarily be on the show, but you want to be associated. Don't worry, we got something for you too. Because if you want to advertise, join up with us, partner with the Wrestling Wrealm. You can contact us at WrestlingWrealm@gmail.com and put in the subject header, advertise. We will give you rates and you can be a part of the show. We have a few segments on the show, and guess what? We might be adding a few more, but those are looking to be sponsored segments. So if you'd like to partner with the Wrestling Wrealm, by all means, contact us at WrestlingWrealm@gmail.com and put in the subject line advertise. And once you do that, trust me, you won't regret it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
All that. What he said.
So much championship culture right now. I believe that. What is the line here? Everybody has a story.
Every belt has a story.
So I don't know if he's frozen or he's just doing that. But here, this is the point of the show where we talk about the latest and greatest show on the internet. This show is taking it by storm. We're talking about none other than championship culture. Brother guy. Now, I always say I like to disrupt the show, and it's the part where Brian H. Hollywood hates this, where I have notes. Brother Hugh, tell the people what they missed yesterday on championship culture.
Guess what, people? We talked about belts. Yeah.
On championship culture, you talking about okay.
Belts. So no. In all seriousness, we talked about Brother Man Up. That was our featured guest, and we had a collector spotlight. He took us behind the scenes and of his collection. He showed us a little bit of this, a little bit of that. His Funko Pops, his action figures, and of course, some of his favorite and cherished belts. So go ahead and take a look as we do a big in where? Texas?
Yes, he was
from Texas. Where you represent America. We had to do it one good time for Memorial Day. But check it out. It's very insightful, and he has a very unique collection. So must see for sure.
And I'm going to say this about this brother. Who's his favorite wrestler here?
Kane.
So he has found his spirit animal.
Another one.
Another person who loves Kane. So
shout out to my fellow Canaanites. Shout out
he has a world title. That's the strap is modeled behind Kane's ring gear. Yeah. But he is a member of Championship Belt Brothers, a Facebook group that you can check out where Ben Walker has been a guest on Championship Culture. And he's also part of the team who has a show every Wednesday right before Wrestling Wrealm called Bells and Belts. I missed this episode because I was trying to get home to see it, but every week they give you some information that I don't want to say it's not common knowledge, but it's some of that stuff you're like, oh, didn't know that. Oh, explaining this, So if you get a chance, check out Man Up and the rest of the crew over there. Cedric
very informative.
Everybody else on Bells and Belts. Just look for Bells and Belts on YouTube or Facebook. Join the group. You'll get some good insight about some belts. And we learned that, guess what, Brian H? I'm sorry, Hollywood. Guess what his favorite belt is?
What's that?
The Big Eagle.
Oh, we gave it away. He actually has three. Is it three? Yeah, he has three of them. That's two of them that he has. And the other one, if you go back, you'll see a unique.
You got the Kane belt?
Yeah.
No, he got the big gold on a Kane strap.
Yeah, he has a custom strap.
But didn't they do the Kane Legacy title in that one?
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
He
Oh, he
told the
didn't
story behind
No, it
that.
was trash. It was trash.
Okay, he said it. And he definitely was against it. So yeah, so it was definitely a interesting thing. I was hoping that Brother
Kane
Realist
got
had
2
some notes.
fans.
Yeah, we found another one. Believe it or not, we found the other Kane fan.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes,
and it's ironic that him and Ben are pretty much neighbors. They live not too far from each other and go figure hunting at different times and look out for each other. Ben, they live like around a quarter from each other and they go figure hunting.
Uncle Ben. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Uncle Ben. Not to be confused with the rice, but Uncle Ben, right? So check him out every Wednesday on Bells and Belts on Facebook. They broadcast from YouTube but Facebook as well through StreamYard. Kind of like what we do here at the restaurant. So any notes about the show, Brian? I'm sorry, Hollywood? Any notes for the show?
Nah, that's not my calling. Great show, though.
Oh, that's good.
I was able to peep in, catch it a little bit of it. So, I saw collections. I always think that's cool when people show up their collections. So,
did you see the Kane corner?
Yeah, he has a whole corner just dedicated to Kane.
Yeah, I thought it saw
that was cool.
when somebody had the Cody corner.
Oh, no,
I thought it was cool when I had the Wall of Jericho, but I need to restore that. But that's for another time.
Did somebody say Cody? Adrenaline in my soul.
Oh, you got it?
Oh my god! Yeah. Yes, he won that.
Hold on. Let me see that.
Go ahead, let him see it. Look at it. Is that with their versatility on it?
Oh, hold on. Let me turn that light on.
Yeah.
When
he busted his when he had the mark, with the sledgehammer in his hand.
Yep.
A defining moment for Cody Raheem Rhodes.
Shout out to Mouthing Off with Mike for the gift. Thank you, brother.
Oh,
I appreciate it.
So, what do y'all want to do?
Cody finished the story.
Yeah, we got to see that.
Got his pop.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, it's very cute.
So, brothers, while we wait for realness, you know what I'm dying to talk about. What did y'all watch this week?
Oh my gosh.
Hollywood, what did you watch? Because I got a feeling it's in the show tonight, isn't it?
What did I watch out of the ordinary? That's a great question because I know I watched something as I draw a blank. But I'll say right now, I do have on the 2001 King of the Ring because for some reason I was trying to figure out what I wanted to watch, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go into this invasion era. So,
but I got a question for you, Hollywood, because you are always the wrestling connoisseur when it comes to the season we're in, whether it's Mania season, Rumble season, Survivor Series, SummerSlam. What do you do during the off season? How do you know what to pick? Because this is that off season before we start building to SummerSlam, right?
Off season.
So how do you?
What's the off season?
Because you know how you have WrestleMania season, you have Royal Rumble season,
the SummerSlam season.
You still consider this SummerSlam season?
Yeah, as soon as we get out of WrestleMania, it's all build up to SummerSlam.
So when do you start your SummerSlam?
Money in the Bank, but usually after Money in the Bank or before. It depends. Last year a little bit before because I was writing the mixtape and about the SummerSlam matches you may have forgotten about. So I waited. I got into SummerSlam stuff around July, and I was like, do I want to start SummerSlam stuff now? Not just yet, but I'm looking forward to Cleveland, Ohio.
That should be interesting.
I know it's one of your favorite cities.
Okay. It's a city that I got like 2 years worth of loyalty to. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I got about 2 years of my life worth of loyalties, but yeah, that's I will say this: there are some diehard fans there. Brother Hugh, what did you watch?
Belt porn.
What the?
Okay. All right.
My bad.
So,
all right. No, seriously. I watched the Eddie Guerrero Legends biography. Thought it was very good. And now I'm watching Eddie Guerrero versus Conan for the WCW United States title. And I got hooked on that because of last week's show, Championship Culture, where we talked about, of course, the United States title and the history and the lineage of it. And I'm enjoying this match right now. So carry on while I Get back to the match. Okay.
Yo.
Okay,
Thank
you
you.
watching it right now?
Right now.
So
Hey,
ironically,
look,
so ironically, I'm gonna tell y'all something I watched. I would challenge y'all to go back and watch this. So with the whole thing that happened on Tuesday, of
Yeah.
course, I started thinking about other forbidden doors, and you don't have to think very hard because some of the wrestlers gonna give you ideas. Cedric Alexander posted that whole thing about him and Mustafa Ali. So what did I go back and watch to see if that build up in that match stood the test of time?
Yeah.
And when I tell you that match was better watching, I think this is my third or fourth time watching it. I feel like it gets better because when you watch the promo package beforehand, it helps enhance, oh, this is what they're fighting for. Because it takes you back to when 205 Live was really that, like, oh, this is actually a brand. This is something they were getting behind. And I'm like, these were the top stars of that brand, and they were fighting for something that had stake. So I was like, oh man, if we run this back, even if it isn't for the X Division title, just running it back, period. It's like, who wouldn't want to see this? But that's what I got into outside of the, the things on the rundown. But anything else? Because I think realness is about to come back in.
Just everybody has a story. That's all.
Oh, good job. So I just wondered what he watched. Y'all want to keep rolling, or what y'all want to do? Hollywood.
Man,
Let's keep it pushing.
Well,
I will.
This I would say I was talking about the Forbidden Door stuff. You bring up Cedric and Mustafa Ali.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool and all, but I want to see some matches we ain't seen.
Like,
what say you? Yeah, I was say now you got me intrigued because I know one you wants to see, but we're gonna leave that alone until which one do you want to see? Did he freeze?
Yeah, I think he's frozen now.
Okay.
Well, no.
Oh, there he is. Oh,
he's funny.
No,
He big funny. Yeah, I think he's frozen again.
Is he frozen? Is everybody internet on the
Look like it's about to be a championship culture takeover, baby.
Apparently so, because it's like,
Nah, look, something ain't right in the air. I don't know what
apparently
the heck is going on. No, because look, let me slow down. Yesterday, I was sitting there, we was doing Ring of Wrestling Worldwide. Next thing you know, start skipping. I'm like, all right, you know what? This is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Then today on Fan Club, it started acting crazy. And now, and I'm like, what the heck? And Xfinity, I was on the phone with them earlier, but they're not getting no love.
All right.
I think
Really?
see me? Back.
There he is.
There he is. He's back.
That's some bullshit, bro. The internet acting stupid, bro. Like all that time I was talking, I saw myself and everything, and the whole time, like, it was ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you loud and clear.
You look choppy.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
A little choppy. How about now? Can you see me?
You look like something from a VHS.
Like, okay. Look, you see?
Yeah, you look like a VHS.
You look,
yeah.
It looks clear on my end. That's the crazy.
Right, that's how it's gonna be. StreamYard, man.
And you're distorted.
Oh, they gone again. Look at him.
Me? I'm here.
Okay.
Oh, while we waiting for that, I'm just saying maybe this is what happened.
He got it.
According to Dylan, that's probably what happened.
Oh, here you go. That's his man's though.
Yeah, that's his. I think he's his number one fan, which is crazy because brothers.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Is he there? Is he there?
No, I'm here. Hold on. All right. We want to phone a friend.
I'm distorted.
Right.
No, he's a little bit, but
you put the graphic back on the screen. He said you're more choppy than a Bermuda Triangle. Good job, Dylan. Keep us going with the comments. Dylan, I hope you're not saying. I'm glad that you're making the comments because that makes me know that you're not making any kind of shenanigans off to the side. So we appreciate you.
I mean, probably not, but yeah.
Do I know who Dylan is? Because that man is probably literally trying to put something together. So, brothers, do y'all
But
want
no,
to
but-
y'all want to talk about this what happened on Saturday? I think we might want to talk about what happened on Saturday.
What happened on Saturday?
Oh, was it Saturday or Sunday? I'm sorry, Sunday.
Oh,
That was
Sunday?
Sunday, right? That's Sunday.
Okay.
Oh.
there he is.
There he is.
It's crazy.
Oh,
Unreal.
okay, there you go. Hey, brother, realness.
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Loud
Yeah,
and
Yes,
clear.
we can.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah, we can.
disappointed either.
yeah. You look better. You look better.
My apologies for the technical difficulties. I know we had to kind of speed things up a little bit and keep things going, but we're going to pick up right where we left off. Do you guys mind? You guys don't mind, do you?
Nope.
No, not
Okay.
at all.
Well,
I was gonna say, do you have notes?
I do have notes. As a matter of fact,
Okay,
I have notes.
there it is.
Sorry, Brian. I
Twice
was in the
in
middle.
one show.
I was in the middle, right? I was in the middle of like going through the rundown, and all of a sudden, like Brandon jumped in, and I was like, I felt like I was in the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze, and I was like, yo, why the heck is this not like working properly? I didn't know what was going on. But you can hear me though, right?
Loud and clear.
Yep.
Okay. Yes. So let me see if I can put the graphic back on here. This is we're having one of those days. It's okay though, because we're still here.
Mhm.
Collector Spotlight Championship Culture. Featuring Man Up, straight out of Texas. Man who loves Texas. I enjoyed this episode in particular because he's one of us. He's a collector. He's a belt collector. He's a action figure collector. He's a sports memorabilia collector. So he's had t-shirts, action figures, and yes. So I do have notes. One, that was a good decision by him getting that 1-2-3 Kid 3-pack from Target. The Monday Night Raw.
I told you.
Great
That's
taste.
one. Okay.
Two, I cannot believe he has that purple strap WWF Intercontinental
Went
Championship.
2 for 2.
That's just-
There we go.
2 for 2.
Nope. That's not cool. It's terrible. And number three, hybrid belts.
Oh, boy.
He might have cracked open a can of worms for me. I saw his hybrid belts,
Mhm.
particularly his Intercontinental Championship hybrid belt. Look, it reminded me of the AEW Global Championship. That's what it looked like a little bit. That's what his favorite is. And but I definitely saw his WWE hybrid championship belt, and it's a concept that I've only seen personally in renders, right?
Mhm.
When they're announcing new belts or something like that going on. But I saw him in person, and I said, wait a minute, we might be onto something. So shout out to Man Up, shout out to Championship Culture every Tuesday 8 p.m. on youtube.com/the Wrestling Wrealm playlist Championship Culture. That's where you can catch this. Go back and watch this show. Go back and watch all the previous shows from season 2 and season 1, not to mention the bonus episode in between. So it's a lot going on, a lot of shenanigans, a lot of fun. But yeah, shout out to you guys, man. Championship Culture. It was a very good show, a very fun show. He could tell he was enthused. He was happy to be there, and he was excited to talk about his connection to why he kind of got into belt collecting. I think one of the things that he said that really kind of struck a nerve with me when he said, his first belt was actually a toy belt. He said back in 2009, and I was like, yeah, I probably had that same championship, and I think I still do. But it's good to see someone kind of jump into the collecting game and then having fun, and the reasons why he collects is one of the main reasons why I like being a part of the show, because it talks about him capturing his childhood for a moment and doing these things, and it doesn't have to go away. So I can appreciate that, man. Excellent show, gentlemen. I love when you guys do the spotlights of the people involved. So shout out to Man Up and his big old Texas size collection that he has. He introduced us to a lot of different things. So Championship Culture every Tuesday 8 p.m. youtube.com/the Wrestling Wrealm. Sorry, buddy.
Is that your notes?
It is. So anything else you brothers want to say about Championship Culture before we keep on with the show, despite the technical difficulties we had?
I think we said it all, didn't we?
Yeah,
I think
we
we
got
might
it,
just
yeah.
wait for the Everybody Has a Story. That's all I was waiting for.
Is that what you're waiting for?
I was waiting for Everybody Has a Story.
The Every Belt Has a Story.
Oh, okay,
Need a
good.
drive-by.
Every belt indeed has a story.
I always feel like somebody's watching me and have no privacy. Oh, I always feel like somebody's watching me Tell me, is it just a dream?
I gotta get this figured out. Okay, I'm not doing this again. Anyways, gentlemen, tonight's show is about a pending war. Bam. AEW versus WWE. AEW's Double or Nothing. WWE's King and Queen of the Ring. I'm not going to say they went head to head, but guess what? It had the world in a buzz, not to mention the shows that followed. And that is exactly what tonight's show is about. And that's exactly why so many people are tuning in and getting involved in the comments, because it's a conversation that we have to have. Gentlemen, we are here. Wrestling has been going crazy, man. Wrestling has been going quite insane. There's a lot going on. So you know what? Let's just jump into it right now. AEW Double or Nothing. WWE King and Queen of the Ring. How did you all like these pay-per-views? Did AEW live up to the hype? Was it worth the show? Did WWE live up to the hype being in the kingdom of Jeddah, Saudi Arabia? Talk to your boy. This is why we're here, because this is good. There's so much that's happened afterwards up to this point. But you know, do we see the best of two companies kind of going head to head right now?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're going head to head, right? Don't mean it's fair, but I'll say this: WWE isn't even putting their best foot forward, and they still put on a better show. Like, yeah, they got their quarterback, but do they have their star linebacker? Do they have their star safety?
That's a sports reference.
But they still better. I'm just saying, you know.
They
didn't even bring out the big guns. They didn't even bring out Roman, Rock, Charlotte, Rhea. Like, they got Cody, Damian Priest, Jey Uso, Gunther. Like, look at one poster and look at the other. On one poster, you have all your big hitters, with the exception of you missing one, Kenny Omega. Somebody
He's gonna be out for a while. Sorry.
Exactly.
Oof.
WWE. I mean, you got your big hitters in Bianca and Cody and Becky, and I'm gonna put Sammy in there. Logan Paul. You could say he's a big hitter. He's a big hitter for a different reason, right? Jade Cargill's your next up and comer. On paper, that AEW poster is supposed to feel bigger. Like this right here, in all honesty, if we being honest, AEW's poster is the equivalent to WWE's what they was bringing to the Invasion in 2001, right? The only person like their Omega would be their Rock. And WWE's bringing what WCW essentially brought to the Invasion.
Well, that's not very nice.
I mean, you look at it, right? Cody would be the Booker T. That was your world champion. That was your guy, you know. But
Cody Brahim.
Let's not act like act like Cody's a bigger star than like, you know, Rock and Roman.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you can say equally with Seth Rollins. You know, I mean, you might put no, for the sake of this conversation, you might say equally, right? At that time, Booker T was a big star, but let's not act like we didn't want Goldberg and Hogan. And Sting and Flair.
And
that's
Nash,
what I mean.
But the outside, that's what everybody wanted. Cut it out. We all knew that.
Yeah, so you could say it's a war, but WWE, what did Triple H say? Good luck. Thanks. Y'all beat our developmental system.
I was about to say, what they at war with NXT?
You know what? We're going to get into that, right? So let's just jump right into it. Double or Nothing. First of all, how did you brothers enjoy the show? There's a few highlights of the show, and we don't have time to get into everything, but I'm gonna break down some of the things. We had MJF kind of returning, not kind of returning, but he did return. We had Mercedes winning the TBS Championship. Will Ospreay winning the AEW's International Championship. The Bullet Club versus the Death Triangle. I'm sure most people don't care about that, but I do. Those are two of my favorite groups. Gangrel showed up. He joined Edge. Swerve is still the champ, and it seemed like he was an afterthought. And the Elite versus Team AEW in an Anarchy Rules match. And since when did Brian Danielson become part of Team AEW? I thought he was part of Blackpool Park Combat Club. I don't know. But there were some good pieces to this. There were some good gems to it. And I don't want to make it seem like, people think we just don't like AEW. No, we've seen what really good wrestling looks like. So let's just start somewhere. Let's start here. Is this? Nope, that's Nia. That's not what we're looking for.
Happy birthday, baby. Happy birthday, baby.
Is it her birthday?
Yeah.
She turned 40.
Wow.
Did she really?
No.
Dang.
She's not 40.
She's Samoan.
Damn,
Okay,
wow, I did not know she was 40.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's start here. Let's start here. Brian, you had some things to say about this in particular. Mercedes Mone winning the I almost said TNA, the AEW TBS Championship from Willow Nightingale.
Soon to be
Now,
the 2B
you
title.
made a few comments on the what'd you call it?
Soon to be the 2B title.
Yeah, because I don't know what's going to happen with that. That's interesting. But shout out to the championship culture because you guys are getting new belts to talk about.
Yes, sir.
So Mercedes Mone, you said, Brian, now correct me if I'm wrong, I'm paraphrasing, of course, that she didn't need this championship. Not at this time. Not from Willow. Not in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you feel that way?
From a wrestling standpoint, strictly from a professional wrestling standpoint, y'all can find those thoughts on Patreon for just $1. But no, I felt like when you look at Mercedes, I just would have liked to see the feud go longer.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta admit something.
Okay, I'm listening.
My good brother Justin Rich, he swayed me. Now we all know him. Anybody knows Justin? He is the CEO of the CEOs fan club.
Got it.
And he brought up a good point when you talk about like the balance. You're gonna have Okada come in and win a title.
Sure.
You cannot do that with Mercedes. I was like, God dang it.
I
But
think she's got one of those Scott Hall contracts where if you bring anybody else over me, I got to get double and a title run.
yeah, I did like. Now, of course, my reaction is going to be immediate reactions. That's what they're supposed to be.
Right.
So I didn't play the let it play out game. I did like Sky Blue coming out, admitting that was her who attacked her, kind of picked her spot, waited for her to win the title, and then challenged her for the belt. Obviously, she came up short.
Sure.
But overall, this is in reality, she's gonna be next week sitting at the NBA Finals, courtside with that belt. Maybe with the belt, maybe not. But I just would have liked to see her and Willow kind of have this feud a little bit longer, and then go into Forbidden Door. But let's see. They got her lined up at Forbidden Door. So with Stephanie Volker, I said her name wrong, but so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But it's for the wrestling nerds, man. Let's get it, let's nerd out. Stephanie Volker. I might say her name.
Wow, you can't even get her name right. Can I ask you a question, brother? You?
Yes, sir.
Did this make a difference? Is this really helping AEW? Is she comes in with a big bag. We were under the impression, naturally, that she's supposed to be the needle mover, right?
Yeah.
She's supposed to come in. She's supposed to make things happen. She's supposed to help the division grow, help the company grow, help all these great things that we're talking about. Is it making a difference? Does this move the needle for AEW in any way?
As of right now, I guess it's more like to be seen. To be honest.
So you're still waiting to see it? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Because
wow.
I don't think she should have won it either. But
too soon?
Yeah. But to what Justin said, yeah, you kind of had to put it on her because she is the top dog right now. She's the top lady. So, and if you did it with Okada, you have to do it with her. You're paying big money for her, put her on TV. The good thing is, like Brian said, she's going to bring more eyes to that title and keep it relevant and make it relevant, like Jade Cargill did back in the day.
Of course, that's naturally.
But I honestly wanted to see Willow rock a little bit more. I love Willow from back in the day. I mean, we used to work together. We did work together back in the day at CZW and WSU, and she's a sweetheart. I would love to see her get her chance to actually shine a little bit longer. You know.
Also, just like, and I'll be honest with you real quick. I'll even take away my personal thoughts and feelings. Right, Willow been killing it. Like
she been
like
cooking,
we all knew when she got the title, it had an expiration date, but she made the most out of everything and exceeded, I think, what anybody thought, and destroyed Mercedes Moné on the microphone a couple of times.
Yeah. Are they both
frozen again?
Oh no, I'm good. I thought.
Oh, I think he's frozen.
Oh, I thought.
So here's my take on the whole thing, and it's crazy because I hate to say this, but I'm gonna put it in a perspective. When Christian left WWE, he went to go bet on himself, right?
Yeah.
He went for the top prize, became champion, showed the world he could always be a champion, right? Kurt Angle left. We knew Kurt Angle was a world champion. We knew his stake, right? We knew what Kurt Angle was able to do. If Kurt Angle went into TNA and grabbed the X Division belt first, we would have been like, oh, well, what is Kurt Angle about to do?
Yeah.
Right. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But the X Division has so much lineage, we've probably been like, all right, let's see what they're going to do with this. The TBS title really has not been established as nothing but to just hold this championship.
Yeah.
Because Jade had her run, and then we gave her the belt, and all she was doing was really just holding it and saying, look at me, I look like $1 million, and I have this over my shoulder. That's really what her reign was. So then you go to Chris Statlander, made her triumphant return, then it was just hold this belt, we don't know what we're doing with you. And then, oh, wait a minute, we got some with Julia. Oh, dang, she's hurt. Who's the most logical person to put it on? Oh, Willow, who's been busting her butt since she's been with AEW, back from the ROH days. Oh, you know what? I probably fumbled and should have gave her the title, but I went with Deonna Purrazzo instead. Let me say, I'm sorry, Willow. Hold this until you transition it away, right? So we really didn't have a chance to establish this belt, and we just handed it to, and I'm just going to say, like, almost the equivalent is like if Kurt Angle went to TNA and we gave him the X Division belt. But this belt really doesn't have a lineage or a history, or what's the difference in her having this with Toni Storm with the Women's Championship? Am I going to look at Mercedes Moné? Because honestly, I don't like how Tony Khan has done with these secondary titles. You got all these major stars holding the secondary title. I'm not wanting to tune in to Okada as Continental Champion, or Will Ospreay as International Champion, or Edge as TNT. I'm sorry, Adam Copeland as a TNT champion.
His name
and
is
now
Edge.
Mercedes as a or now her as the TBS champion. It looks like they're just holding a trinket. Like, oh, what is Edge doing with a TNT? Oh, good.
And you know what's crazy about you said, Brother Brown? I want you to keep going up. It's something you said about the women. I can't tell who's a world champion.
Exactly. Because you got Toni Storm in this whole gimmick that's literally becoming more than a title.
More than a title, yeah.
Because down the crowd was cheering for her, but she was supposed to be the heel. Because they're like, give us something different. And I'm sorry, this ain't enough to make me say, oh, look, that's a champion.
Hold on,
like,
what happened? What you do?
This.
That right there? Okay.
You know, this is what we've been seeing for the last month. And it's like, but yet Willow was putting down on banger after banger after banger. And I don't care what anybody say. Banger after banger after banger. Willow was saying, watch me. And I'm telling you, watching that match, that was the best match. Minus, now, I'm going to say best match because that Anarchy in the Ring was just entertainment. This was the best match on the card for me because of Willow. Willow wanted to show, look what I can do. And I think that they should have said, nope, I'm going to keep this title and let Mercedes get it at another time. Let her chase it. The reason we fell in love with Mercedes because she had to take down Charlotte. She had to take down Nia Jax. She had to take down these people.
There was a story behind it.
Yeah, she took down.
That's it.
Yeah, she took down, let's think about it. She really took down Charlotte Flair and the title reign, whether it was 1 minute, 1 day, 200 days, it meant something. When she took down Bayley, it meant something. when she took down, that's what it meant. And it's like, okay, so she just get a rematch because she broke her ankle. Tony, you not giving me nothing for to get that part. You just throwing it in my face that she's here. She's got to get that belt. All right, she got it now because I want her to be what Jade Cargill left me a void. I want her to be that now.
Yeah.
So
I think it's time again.
okay. So
Yes,
what did you? And then the last thing, I hated her entrance, like the whole drum line from the drum line from the original drum line that music playing. I was like, did we really go back to the original Nick Cannon drum line and say this is what we're gonna play and make it glow in the dark?
No, it's everything is that. It's no way around. Let me this year.
See there?
Nice. Go.
And then Willow came. Can somebody explain to me that big
brother, can you hear me?
bracelet was?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. I got you.
Okay. You there? He didn't change the graphic.
Okay. Yeah, you went out for a moment. No, it was the graphic change. I guess we're having really bad difficulties, real bad. So
it changed the Osprey, but
it changed the Osprey. But I just want to know what was the bracelet about, the friendship. No, it's Mercedes.
Okay, so I changed it back because you were in the middle of a point. I didn't want to, you know what I mean?
Oh no, I just want to know what was the friendship bracelet. What was the point of the oversized friendship bracelet? I was like, that was pointless. But nobody, the commentary didn't get it over there. It's like, oh look, it's a friendship bracelet.
But
I think that's my major beef with AEW. My bad. I'm sorry. Is he talking? He's still talking.
They got problems. No.
Do I
think he's going.
Is his Wi-Fi on or off?
Say what?
Is your Wi-Fi on or off? He said, "Say what?" That's all I heard.
Right. All right. But I think I was about to say. I think that's my major issue with AEW.
No, bro. I don't know
if you get me.
I have no
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happened when you start a war between AEW and WWE.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Tony Khan and said, "I'm tired of you, Dwayne. You were my biggest supporter. Now you."
Right.
Yeah, you good.
Tony Khan is doing this. What's your biggest beef for AEW? You starting to say something.
Yeah,
I was in my biggest beef is the lack of creativity. Like Dwayne said, they don't reference, like they don't go back and really give you a backstory to everything that's being done. There's a lot of randomness. Like for instance, I forgot who Swerve fought tonight on Dynamite, but it was just some random guy. You know what I'm saying?
Rocky Romero, right?
But
no, that was Moxley.
You see what I'm saying? It was just somebody random though. Like it was no story behind it. He's your AEW champion.
The second segment, the B part of the show.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't make sense to me. I understand they look. I'm not going to go all the way in on AEW, but because they do have great talent over there, it is great wrestling. But as far as I feel like they need to tap in a little bit more to the entertainment factor,
Black champion like that,
portion of it.
Yep.
You know
where was Black Champion, Dwayne? He said something about Black Champion.
That's all I heard.
Well, see, because I mean, think about it. Can you guys hear me now? I'm gonna sound like
every other word,
like 2003, all show.
Every other word. Nothing.
Right.
We see you move your hand. We see him.
Oh, he's going in. Yeah, he's going in too. Look at him.
Yeah, he is. He's going off about something.
Yeah.
He was going off.
Okay, well,
about a Black champion.
How about now? Is it still every other?
It's still skipping, brother. He might as well just quit.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh.
Let's move on.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Another one. Go to Will Ospreay. Let's talk about Will Ospreay, brothers. Did you see this coming, or was this more predictable? What say you, Hollywood? How did you feel watching this match? That was my Dwayne impression. If you get it.
Aura.
Bruh.
Aura. That's who has aura. Will Ospreay.
Okay.
Will Ospreay comes on my screen, I stop.
For real?
And if you'd have told me 5 years ago that I would be more interested in what Will Ospreay does more than Okada, I would have thought you was crazy.
I'll give you that one. Yeah.
You were not a Will Ospreay
y'all thought I was crazy when I was a Will Ospreay fan, and I kind of turned on him.
Now, I think you were the first one. You were big on Will Ospreay and Zack Sabre Jr., the two skinny guys.
Yep.
Mhm.
Two
Yep.
skinny high flyers. And I remember when he transitioned into like a heavyweight, he started eating meat and potatoes.
Because
But,
I was a Will Ospreay through and through. I was like,
Yeah,
whatever he do, I was like, yep, put more of him on the TV.
I knew Will Ospreay was up next. Him and somebody else were two guys that were like, I remember watching like Rev Pro UK, and I was like, because AJ Styles was going over there heavy in between that run, and there were two guys that I felt like, oh yeah, these guys are up next. One you can't hardly mention his name anymore because of his situation, and the other was Will Ospreay, and of course Zack Sabre Jr. was in that conversation, and so was Walter, but.
And so was Switchblade. And so Switchblade entered and left the conversation a lot too. Remember?
But see, Switchblade went straight to New Japan. You know what I mean?
That's what I said. Whenever he would enter the conversation, exited, like, because if Will was doing something there, it was like, oh, okay, I'm Switchblade.
He gets disrespectful now. We're spending way too much time on AEW, but I really do feel like that. I really do feel like that. My guy gets disrespected way too much, and I don't think it's his fault. But
why is he about to face Swerve though?
This is what it's mainstream wrestling that's booked like an independent promotion, and like I feel like we're doing what we're not supposed to do. We're burying AEW right now, but we can't help it. But
we love wrestling. That's why we mad when it doesn't let us praise it. We're mad because we can't praise it, and we know we should be.
Well, let's just jump right into good for business, bad for business. Before this gets out of hand, I know we have technical difficulties. We apologize for those who are watching and listening. We're in and out. Just bear with us, please. We're trying to get through this as much as possible. The show was so loaded that it blew the system up.
That's what it was.
MJF returns. All right. This week's every week we do a segment called Good for Business, Bad for Business. We pick a moment or something that happens in the industry and we discuss, is it good for business or is it bad for business? We take each other's opinions and we try to sway each other to think on certain things in regard to whatever subject we may be talking this week. This week, fresh off
of
what was the name of the show? Double or Nothing, right?
So
we get this.
MJF
we
comes
get
back and we on. So let's see. MJF comes back as a mini Triple H, I think, but also he gets in the ring with Adam Cole. Now, when I saw this, I was like, okay. Now I remember because I didn't watch the pay-per-view fully live. I was at my cousin's house, and my boy Kevin was like, "Bro, I already seen MJF came back." I was like, okay. But as far as being good for business or bad for business, I don't think MJF is as valuable as everybody think he is. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Everybody talk about this bidding war 2024. I don't think he's more of a valuable asset. So, now wait, okay, comments start coming. Like everything's delayed tonight.
Yeah, I was trying to respond to some of them, but I don't know what's going on. I think it's Tony Khan.
Yeah,
no, wrestling overload.
He do got a way of going on YouTube and removing stuff. He's done that to people. But yeah, so in my opinion, good for business, bad for business. He's back. I think maybe he was the world champion a little bit too long for me to feel like he was. I think I think the reason why he's not going, he's not going there, like leaving for a while, or he's gonna stay at AEW for a while because he's a big fish in a small pond.
And see, I think that return was rushed. If you look at the way that AEW was going, it seemed like it was trying to build something with this Elite versus Tony Khan, right? And Darby Allin was a replacement because of somebody being hurt. Yeah. I think that Tony got nervous, pulled the trigger, because that vignette was not the quality of vignette that AEW has done. It seemed like it was a little rushed, that he gave away within the first, 30 seconds of the vignette that it was MJF. And then he comes as a different person, supposed to be more gritty, more this. And then he gets in the ring, and what did he do? The same MJF stick. Instead of inserting him as, I'm fighting for AEW because I'm their scumbag, like he left us on that almost face turn. Kind of like we want him because, like he said, he's our scumbag to take down the Elite, take down Okada. It could have ran into a program, him versus Okada, him versus which one of the Young Bucks was the one who was doing the singles matches? Was it Matt or Nick?
No, I can't tell them dudes apart.
Okay. Well, remember one of them was having the single matches. But he could have had those single matches with the Elite to been the person that's fighting for Tony. You could have lined the pillars together. Sammy could have came back. He could have came back. The pillars trying to take down the Elite to win back the company. But instead, we threw him with Adam Cole, which, let's be honest, why? Like, that's why I said it was born. It was like, oh, okay, we're going to have a match between Dean Malenko and Will Ospreay, and then we just going to say, oh, by the way, Adam Cole come to the ring just to have this return. It just felt rushed. So I'm going to say it was bad for business because he could have been used, like, to your point, Brian, I don't think MJF is as much stake in the game as they try to make it out, because if he goes to WWE, okay, it's MJF and WWE, but what now? We got an LA Knight. We got a Drew McIntyre. They got a CM Punk. They got Chad Gable. You get what I'm saying? You got all of these people that can do exactly what he does. If you're an AEW and you want to morph his character, latch on to when the crowd was turning with him. But now you made him come back. It was like a Wish Triple H. Like, that's what you get off Wish or Temu, that jacket. And I was like, what? Why? It's clearly a nod to Triple H in a sense, but now he's supposed to be more gritty because he's wearing a jean jacket. That was cool in 2001, brother. Nobody wants to, like, come on now.
So you saying it's bad for business that he re-signed also with AEW?
I think it's bad for business that he returned. Now it's good for business that he re-signed with AEW. Stay in AEW. They need their homegrown talent to balance out the influx of the other people. You get what I'm saying? So this Sunday, totally bad for business that he returned.
Well, that's the route I was going with. I was going to go
good. What do you think about that, brother Hugh? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can't hear you now. If you're talking.
Okay, no, because you can't hear me now at all.
It's going in and out.
You can't hear me at all.
It's going in and out. But what I was going to say
why
is,
don't you try go to the comments and put what you try to say in the comments.
We see this.
Ladies and gentlemen, what your mess with is, I think he's doing the bat twist. What is it called? The bat tootsie from Batman 1966.
Now, what I was going to say is, I believe it's good for business that he resigned, and simply because, like you said, I don't think there's any room for him in WWE right now because it's just so much going on. You have so many big stars, and I think it's best for him and it's best for AEW for him to resign because he was the face for the longest time, and like you said, he's a homegrown talent. So why not stay there, be the top guy, as opposed to going to WWE? Yeah, you'll get paid, whatnot. You'll be in a better system for the most part, entertainment wise. But stay in AEW. You're still young. You can spend some more time over in AEW and then cross over later on. I think it's good for business.
So what you're saying is he need to stay in Bowie, stay in AA ball.
I didn't say all that. I think it's.
Oh no, I think he needs to, because he needs to have, like, I don't want to compare him to like other wrestlers, but if AJ Styles left TNA 5 years, 10 years, or if he left when he was first red hot, we wouldn't have AJ Styles that we have now.
Yeah,
and I think if MJF left, like, some people have to leave to do something different.
Absolutely.
Whether it be AEW, TNA, or WWE. You know what I mean? Like, look at Drew McIntyre.
He's a one-trick pony. He cut the same MJF stick, and it's like, bro.
All right, how much more we gonna get in this? Like, here we go again.
He did, but they loved it though. He did, but they ate it up.
Yeah, when he was talking about, remember, he was saying before he left, "I'm your scumbag." I was like, "Oh, this is different." Now I can get behind this one, but it was clouded with the whole tag. Why is your AEW World Champion a ROH Tag Champion? That still makes no sense to me today.
Yeah, that was weird to me. Yeah, that was weird.
But
at least they enhanced the storyline somehow, some way.
Until they lost the belt for the devil.
But overall, I think it's good for business. It's good for business. Like, he deserves to be at AEW. That's where he belongs right now. He needs to continue to be the top guy over there. The crowd pop for him regardless. of what's going on. Even if he did come back like The Rock did and cut that same corny spill. Of course, The Rock evolved, but now we just gotta wait and see what's next. See if he's going to evolve that character.
It is. So
Yeah.
I don't know if we real this. All right, so next. Oh,
Brother,
can you hear me now?
Who
I
said?
can't tell anybody.
Oh, there we go. Oh, he works for Gunther.
That's crazy. So
He works for that.
Once again, I say I gotta get all my comments out before it goes out again. All good comments, good for business, bad for business. Shout out to you, you brothers. Brother, you brought a valuable point when I was like, was this guy smart for re-signing with AEW? But you guys said everything I was gonna say. It's the truth. Controversial no more, dude. It's not like nobody is ready.
We heard every other word.
Every other word again. Man, this show is interesting. And the comments,
Definitely.
people in the comments are going off.
Yeah.
Dropping.
I see the goon on the screen. Really?
Yeah, you know who that is. Good job.
Yeah.
We're gonna move off from AEW. I thought we were gonna have a more positive outlook on AEW, but I clearly was wrong. King and Queen of the Ring. The results, gentlemen. We got Gunther. Your new King of the Ring. Was this the right move, gentlemen?
Oh my gosh.
Nah, it should have been. Like,
Jump in before my Wi-Fi taps out.
Yeah, it was a great move. I also like.
You guys seem hesitant. What's that about?
I was gonna make a solo. It should have been solo, but nah. I think it's a great move. I think this is I like the title picture going into SummerSlam. You know, Drew now
is healthy right now. Yeah,
he looks like Alberto Del Rio in 2011. I mean, Damian Priest. Damian Priest looks like Alberto Del Rio. So he's going to have to really step up and like show. I know he had like a successful title defense. I know he's going to face Rey Mysterio, but he needs to step up. Gunther being King of the Ring, like him in a SummerSlam match for the world title, money. And it's going to be interesting with Drew going to Clash of the Castle. It's like, oh yeah, because those two, they got to make up for last year's SummerSlam match, which they blame Shayna Baszler for. But I mean, who knows? It could be a triple threat match. We could somehow insert CM Punk. We don't know.
Exactly.
Gunther has solidified his spot, and I love it.
Yeah, big match feel all around. SummerSlam.
So I only have one problem with this, and I'm saying one problem. His promos.
Brother Brandon, you want to get Gunther versus Ilya Dragunov eventually. Like to stop. That's
no,
the one thing you want to see.
No, I'm not even trying to bash Berlin. I do want to see that, but I'm just saying I only have one problem, and I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in it. The only reason I think Gunther is not going to get pushed to the world title, and I want y'all to really think about this: is Gunther making money for WWE? Does he have? Do you see Imperium shirts? Yes. Do you see a King of the Ring shirt? Do you see any of his merchandise? Do you see? I think that's going to be the one thing that holds back from putting the title on him, because with money outside of the additional.
Is Damian Priest really doing that?
I was about to say, do you see anybody wearing Damian Priest shirts?
And now, remember, that's why they made the briefcase purple, and you see the Judgment Day, so that's all looped into that.
Sure.
But who's making the money?
Jey Uso. It's his job.
Yeah, Drew making the money. CM Punk. So I'm just worried that that's going to be, because we've seen that where, even the heels get over in that aspect. He needs.
Boom, there it is.
You get what I'm saying? He needs something else, because I'm all in for Gunther. I'm just worried that we got that at SummerSlam. How do we get his opponent at SummerSlam is what's scary.
I think the opponent is the one is the moneymaker. Like T5 just said, heels on typically merch moves. My first thought was like Andre the Giant. Hogan was the money maker. Andre was the put in, to be that antagonist to make.
Did you guys know that Andre was a bad guy? I didn't know that till I was grown.
I didn't either. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know that till I was grown. Now Andre was
during the golden era of wrestling. The 80s?
I thought it was two faces. Like I thought
Andre was a good guy.
Bro, I just assumed. I just didn't know that he was a bad guy.
Yeah, I didn't know I was supposed to be booing her. I didn't know that I was like, oh, we don't
I
like
grew up. I think because maybe just being in the Hogan household, I knew he was the enemy.
Oh.
Just watching wrestling in general, I was just like, back in that time, it was always good versus evil, bad guy versus good guy. So I was just like, well, all right, well, of course Hogan, Mr. whatever, eat your vitamins and all that good stuff. He's always the good guy. So whoever's fighting him is the bad guy. That's how I
I'm
went
telling
back
you right now, and I wonder what time is it here. Remember this time at an hour in. If we see a Gunther T-shirt on WWE Shop,
what time
Monday,
it is.
I'm gonna lose my mind. If we see a King in the Ring or a King the Ring General shirt on WWE Shop on Monday, I'm gonna lose my mind.
You're gonna see something that says prestige on it.
If he wears it, that's the thing.
That's
usually,
what you do now.
Oh no, he ain't gonna wear it. What you call a word? Giovanni Vinci. Ludwig Kaiser. He'll wear it. Think about it. He would have it on coming to the ring.
Yeah.
He called that man a coat rack, by the way. He definitely called him a coat rack.
That's crazy.
Wow. So let's go to the women. To the women real quick. Let's see if this is going to cooperate. Did it go through? Nope. Did the right?
There she go.
Brother Hugh.
Hey, girl.
Nia Jax. And we're going to get back to Gunther in a second. I'm going to finish off this King of the Ring with a question that you guys are we're kind of dancing around a little bit, but we can't be remiss of the women. Queen of the Ring now officially Nia Jax. She has an interesting story after being released, then coming back and getting in better shape. And as Brother Hugh's woman, gorgeous as ever. That's his lady. Nia Jax wins Queen of the Ring. Was this the right decision, Brother Hugh? Let's start with.
Yes, she deserved it.
You are resident.
I was about to say,
Stan.
I was about to say, yeah, she definitely deserved it. I think this was her gift, for being, I would say, I don't want to say the most improved wrestler out there, because that sounds like bad. But to be honest, she's been putting in work since she's came back.
Yes,
she's been putting in work, and you haven't been seeing that many people going against her work, saying that she's not a good worker, she's sloppy in the ring. She's been putting on great matches with everybody since she's came back. So yes, she deserves it, and she's the top heel. I would say, yeah, she's the top heel as far as women right now in the company. So I mean, why not?
Right.
Why not?
I agree, Brother Brandon.
And to be honest, I still don't think she needs a title because she is the top heel.
She's like,
to
me, she has Andre effect, right?
Yeah.
Like, Andre was never world champion. He told her, I don't need to be world champion. I just want to be Andre.
Right.
and I'm like, sometimes I probably was a terrible Andre the Giant.
He's world champion for 5 minutes or 2 minutes.
Yeah, for that little bit.
It's in the record book.
There you go. But I agree. Sometimes to me, the monster is the gimmick enough. That's what gets you over. You know what I mean? We talked about Toni Storm and her gimmick. You're like, well, she doesn't need the title. It's because now the title's taking a backseat to the gimmick. But I concur. Brother Brandon, do you think this was the right decision, Nia Jax, new Queen of the Ring?
Yes. And I'm going to say yes because this gives her all the other former women's champions keep getting other accolades. This gives her something else that she now can get back towards a title shot and not just because look what she did with Rhea at Elimination Chamber. It was like, okay, she can have a main event spot. We don't have to keep going back to the safe bets. We bet on her and it worked. You know what I mean? So imagine that at a SummerSlam, at a main event for a SmackDown. We know for sure without a shadow of doubt. Now we have something else attached to Nia that she's the queen. I'm interested to see what she's going to do on Friday. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So,
yep.
Now you were interested before, but only interested with our music. Like, oh, it's Nia Jax. What's she going to do? But now it's like, oh, I'm waiting to see Nia Jax because we know it's coming, but we got that one pay-per-view beforehand. I'm sorry, PLE, before we get to SummerSlam. What's really going to take effect?
Okay. Brian, should be the brother.
Yeah, I do think she wins the title.
It's Nia Jax.
She wins it.
So you think it's inevitable?
Yeah, I think she beats Bayley.
Okay, all right.
That's that respectable WrestleMania to SummerSlam run.
Okay, all right.
But I guess my other
and
question is, and I'm just saying because you got the other women that participated, and when I say the other women, the newer stars, I know a lot of people was upset. Was like, oh, it should have been Tiffany. Oh, it should have been Lyra Valkyrie. But I'm like, they have time.
There you go.
They have time. Like we're just understanding who they are, and there's other accolades. We got SummerSlam. I mean, not SummerSlam, Survivor Series. We got Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank. We got other things, and we got next year Queen of the Ring. You know, sometimes the story is when they come back next year is more important than the first year. Like look at Shayna Baszler and Kyrie.
I was about to say Cody.
No, I was going to talk about doing like Kyrie and Shayna. We respected that NXT Women's Title match because their Mae Young Classic match. So who's to say that's not something that we run back?
Well, speaking of champions, we got a new one.
Watch
Liv Morgan.
Sir.
Yeah, we talked about this last week, and I don't remember we weren't 100% sold on her becoming like it was like I could see it going this way, but it there was no definite like, oh yeah, she's definitely walking out of here as women's world champion, but she did, and we had a crazy follow up on Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw was probably just as hectic. You know, we have it on a list. Braun Breaker going nuts. Carlito, shout out to him bringing back the white boots. Dirty Dom messing up, and who's your next world champion? But it seems to me that Liv Morgan seems to be in the driving seat. Whatever she's trying to do, whatever plan she has in place, it seems to be working. Brother, he was is her plan going according to the way she thought it would? You know, we saw her come back. She takes out the champion. We see her have interactions with Dirty Dom, and before you know it, she's new world champion. So on and so forth, and we all know that what followed after that.
I mean, it seems to be working right now. We just got to wait and see how it's going to play out. But definitely, she deserves the title. She's been runner up for so long. Let's be real.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way of putting it.
And it was time. It's their first run as champion. We know how it is when you get that first title run out the way.
Yeah.
Right. This is her chance to really show what she can do. Put the title on her. She has a great storyline that she's in right now. Play it out. Let her become the star that she is.
All right. Brian, does she hold this title until Rhea Ripley gets back?
Oh,
yeah. And she's going to beat her the first time because that's when Dominic Mysterio will reveal to everybody that he really loved that kiss.
Oh, jeez. Now let's ask a former booker, Brother Brandon. You agree with this story that your brothers are coming up with? They're saying all kind of stuff now. do you believe that Liv Morgan is going to hold the title long enough for Rhea Ripley to get herself situated, come back, and then we're going to finally see a love triangle split between Dirty Dom, Rhea Ripley, and Liv Morgan?
When does Rhea come back? Before I answer that.
Well, see, nope, you don't get that. Nope. You don't get that. See, we don't know. Because for all we know, she could be fine right now. I was
gonna say a shoulder injury could be 4 weeks. It could be 4 months. It could be a year.
You saw what John Cena did at Royal Rumble in Madison Square Garden. Everybody's like, dude, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? So it's like, no. When somebody gets injured in WWE, they never tell us the severity of the injury.
And you never know. Like you only see shades of. Look, they're back.
Yeah,
they're advertising Rhea. What they advertising her for? You notice they advertising her, Cody, and Hulk Hogan for what they advertising her for?
The sports thing, the Fanatics thing.
Yeah.
The Fanatics thing. That's the same thing they did with CM Punk. When CM Punk came back and he took out Drew McIntyre, I'm like, well, he looks awfully healthy to me. He may not be cleared to be in a ring, but he was cleared to do activity.
I think when she comes back, Dom causes her the match. And that's what officially breaks the Judgment Day.
Yeah, clearly, because they've been taking shots at Damian. Damian Priest is not. Finn Balor's going to take out Damian Priest. He's going to lose.
Yes.
Real quick, gentlemen, who's the next World Heavyweight Champion?
Oh my gosh, man.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
There's three names that's dancing around in my head. There's Gunther, who's one thing. You have CM Punk. He's coming full force. They're not about to waste CM Punk's time to rebuild. Once he comes back and forth, and you got Drew McIntyre. Everybody's still waiting to see Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. Who's the next World Heavyweight champ? Damian Priest, no disrespect, I appreciate his first run, but it's coming to an end.
Yeah. I feel like
he's going he has to be that transit. And I'm going to control for you. I think that Damian is always going to be that default. Like, he's going to be like Sheamus. You know, at one point, Sheamus was given the belt. Yeah, there was, but remember, during the whole Roman situation, give it to Sheamus until we transition it back. I think that's what Damian Priest's role will be. But I hate to say this, I think that he doesn't drop it until SummerSlam. Because it has to be the complete rip in the Judgment Day.
There's no way in the world.
And I'm just saying, because I feel like Drew is going to get screwed by CM Punk at Clash of the Castle.
You think twice he's going to get screwed at
You made me change my thought. You made me change my thought.
That's what I was going to say. I was conflicted because, like, well, first of all, I'm thinking, look, Drew has to get his moment because he lost to Roman before. So, all right, he'll win his title. But to further on the storyline, why not have Punk come through in Glasgow? You know, big stage, international, big superstar, moneymaker. Have him come in and screw Drew again.
That's what I'm saying.
That's very possible at Clash of the Castle, right?
Yeah.
So with that being said, Brian, I want you to jump in. What does that match between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk have to have the World Heavyweight Championship in it? I'm saying that not because of the superstars, but because of the title, right? So right now, first World Heavyweight Champion was Seth Rollins. He carried it and set the tone for it. Second, Damian Priest. Get going, first World Championship run. You're now a former world champion, so now you're already in a different space on the match card. So it's okay. You know what I mean? Like even if you're not a champion, you're in the conversation now, right? Now, SummerSlam, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, World Heavyweight Championship. That sounds like a sexy main event. You know what I mean? Versus although Drew and CM Punk sells itself because of their history, but I mean, does it need to have that much more prestige to it by adding a prize to it?
So no, it don't, but I think it will. But the thing is, it's kind of like Gunther's in the way.
Exactly.
But we do have a pay-per-view in between,
which is
Money in the Bank.
Oh shoot!
Oh,
it is. We forgot about that. Oh my god!
So Drew could win the title, and then. You know, I don't know if it's a situation that
I don't trust Triple H, bro. This is too much. I'm getting over it.
I don't know if it's a situation where Finn Balor cashes in.
Finn, why is that demon briefcase in Judge D's locker room? Somebody explain.
You see that, right? Finn
is going to win Money in the Bank because that's the one thing he hasn't won technically. He's been a world champion. I feel like they gotta say, he's a safe. Oh my god! Oh my god!
You guys messed it up because I had 3.
Yeah, you had 3 names.
You guys in mind, and then Brian, they said,
we forgot about Jimmy. We forgot about Jay.
Throw a 4th one in there.
Jay can win the Money in the Bank. Oh my gosh, my head hurts.
Oh shit!
But LA Knight can win the Money in the Bank and it not even be on Raw. Think about it. LA Knight could get it for SmackDown.
No, I'm not going. We're not doing it.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
I apologize for that. I should have never asked that question.
I just think Drew McIntyre, it was the answer to the question, and keep it at that. Drew McIntyre is your next World Heavyweight Champion. There's no way you go in the
where though? SummerSlam or Clash of the Castle? In Glasgow, right? Is Glasgow, is that where you go back?
Yeah.
3 weeks.
I feel like I'm at the disagree. I think he gets it at Clash.
He has to get it.
I think he gets it. I think he gets it.
Does somebody screw Damian over?
Yes. The Judgment Day inadvertently caused him to lose.
I think it's going to be AOP, accidentally on purpose.
Like Dom or what was his name? What's his name? Carlito.
I was about to say Carlito.
The Judgment Day will not be together by after the conclusion of SummerSlam. The Judgment Day will be no more.
It done.
Yeah,
there's no way around it. And the WWE is so smart for not even dragging it on. Like Dusty Rhodes said it best.
The real, the Dom and Liv story.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's gonna powerbomb Dom through something.
She's definitely gonna beat him up. I'm almost sure.
Future World Heavyweight Champion Dom Mysterio.
They're definitely gonna beat Dom. So we're going for Drew McIntyre at Clash of the Castle. Somehow Damian Priest is done with it. Either he quits or they kick him out. I'm not sure, but I I'm not going to sit there and pretend like I don't see Demon Finn's briefcase in Judgment Day locker room. Like, you're not going to sit there and put that there, unless they're putting it there just to throw me off, which I don't think they could possibly do that. I don't have time for that. Anyway,
oh my God.
we don't have time.
That just made my head ache.
I know. I didn't mean to do that. Let's move forward before we have anything going on. It's been a lot going on this week. Like I said, fresh off of AEW Double Nothing, fresh off of King and Queen of the Ring, fresh off of Raw. Braun Breaker's going crazy. Now, who was upset about Braun Breaker not being in the King of the Ring? Was that you, Brother Brandon? Somebody was upset about Braun Breaker. Like, there's no reason why he shouldn't have been in King of the Ring. And that's just dumb. It might have been somebody in the comments. I don't know. And I was like, okay, cool. It might have been Shark. I don't know. He might have hit us up on Facebook arguing about it. But it was like, why would you bring him in there and then he's not a part of it? And I was like, okay, this is why, because we see him going nuts. But yeah, there's so much going on. We got to skip to it. Let's get to Tuesday. This is the main event of our show. We're gonna wrap this up. Promise you here long. NXT. Goodness gracious.
Yes.
What a goddamn Tuesday. Who wants to give their 2 cents on what happened this week on NXT first?
Greatness.
Black women prevail.
Go ahead, Hugh.
Why has
Really,
it to be me?
You had all the energy.
What sounds like a job
show.
for you?
Go ahead, Hugh.
NXT this week was insane, right? We had a lot happening on the show. We had a bit of a comment that Brian H turned into a social media post, and I said Shawn Michaels books NXT like he used to wrestle. Like, follow that. I wasn't expecting such a show to be so loaded as we got the unveiling of NXT's newest championship. It's the North American Women's Championship. We got a new star showing up in NXT. And it's so much going on. Like, but let's just start here with the championship. The unveiling of the new Women's North American Championship. We saw this from a distance, but gentlemen, are we satisfied with what we see now with the of course there's a qualifying tournament, but are we satisfied overall with the new NXT Women's North American Championship belt, guys? This is your alley. So
yes.
I am overly satisfied.
Yes.
When I tell you I'm overly satisfied, like, even though Stephanie already mentioned about the secondary title has to be on a white strap and everything like that, and I was like, yeah, I didn't know I wanted this on a white strap so much because they did the color swap. When they debuted it at WrestleMania weekend, when they just showed it on the screen, it looked like it was just photoshopped. They took the North American title, put women on it, and said, oh, just put it on a white strap. But now with the details of the red,
break it down. Break it down the way you break it down. Go ahead.
The red on it just makes it pop so much more. If you look at the United States and everything, the texture is a throwback. I hate him. The throwback to like the NXT title, with the silver X. It has a texture now that gives it a more softer tone. That not only do you know it's a women's title, but now it's a big deal. Right. And they put the new NXT logo on it. So come on, Triple H, give me what I want. Give us the new world titles, and give us the new men's and women's world title and new tag belts. Because you throwing this logo out there. If you notice, there's no color splitter. I don't know if anybody knows that the NXT logo has no color.
You're absolutely right. Look at that.
Whatsoever. Look at it. It's all silver, and the background is black. Give us the belts. Stop playing. We know you got it. I mean, if you debut this weekend, the 8th, when's the next PLE? If you do it that weekend, I won't be mad. I'll be okay with that.
You talking Battleground Vegas?
Yeah, Battleground. Why not?
Okay.
If you because remember they debuted randomly. Because I said something about, remember I was like, why didn't they put the NXT belt on a white strap and then Mandy Rose comes to the ring with a white strap? I said, they did the thing. Look, they did the thing. All the women belts are white. So I think it's a great way to still have the men and the women belt look equal playing field, but still making it look like you can tell this is the women's belt versus the men's belt.
Brother, were you okay with them replicating the design instead of coming up with a fresh design for the women? Early on when we had the network logos, a lot of fans accused the E of being lazy They're like, why are you just breaking the same titles, just switching the colors around? It's lazy. And like you said, on one half, brother Brandon said, we're trying to be on equal footing. So one doesn't seem like it's more important than the other. Like, let's have them have the proper representation. But then the other hand of belt enthusiasts were like, nah, that's just lazy. Like, give them something just as prestigious, but something fresh and unique. How do you feel about this particular design, kind of replicating what we already have instead of something that's brand new or necessarily catering to the women?
Man, first of all, I love the design for all the reasons that Brother Brandon described. But
you talking about this particular design or the silhouette of the North American Championship in general?
Both.
Okay, got it.
To be honest,
How about the tip? You didn't see the tip yet.
I saw the tip. I just wasn't. Yeah. Pause. No diddy. But
No diddy.
But my thing is, you have to stay uniform. If you look at the brands, you have what? The WWE champion, then you have the women's WWE champion. Who's on SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? So why not do that with? I know that's a major title, and then those are the major titles. But as a secondary title, keep it uniform. Why not keep the belt, keep the same template or whatnot, and just play off of it? And this is a perfect. They did a perfect job with feminizing it. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but just making it for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? The white strap. The white strap. Yeah, the white strap does it. And then with the red backing, I didn't even know I wanted the red backing on the daggone belt. I mean, the red, not the backing, the red background on the main plate and on the side plates. I didn't even know I wanted that.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, it just made it pop that much more. So, I mean, I think it's great that they have that same template. And it's just equality. It's keeping everything uniform. I love it.
And I'm gonna say this before Brian H. Waters goes. And Dwayne, I'm disappointed that you didn't have notes about this. I feel like this was a punch to Tony Khan to say, this is how you do a women's belt. Because when he made the television title, think about it, he made the women's and just made it smaller and said, here, put women's on it. So it really didn't stand out. It was just, here, you get the men's belt, but we're just gonna slap women on it. And it's just smaller. So I think that this was a great thing to make it stand out and still look as prestigious as the North American men's.
Check out this comment.
Fair enough. Let me see. That's the cool thing about the women's North American Championship is the breakout champion can win that title.
It's a great way to elevate a new talent.
No, absolutely. I think they're ready for it. It's time.
Especially when tag titles down there.
Right.
Okay. Well, yeah. Speaking of elevating championships, Brian H., is this championship something you would buy for my goddaughter and say, look, you're a champion. Here's the NXT Women's North American Championship. Do you think this is something that she would gravitate towards as a young lady who happens to also be a wrestling fan, a proud wrestling fan, that is?
No, world championships in this household, babe.
Oh, excuse me.
She gonna look at that and be like, "No, I want Liv Morgan's belt because that's her favorite."
Oh, see, that's not fair.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not. If Liv didn't have the belt, would she want this?
If Liv had that belt, she would. You know, at that age with kids, it's about who's wearing it.
There you go.
So,
that's fair. What about you? What do you think about it?
I like it. I'm really scared Fallon at least go win that title. I really like. Nah, I don't think she would. I will say, I'm wearing my Mia Yim shirt, and this would be the perfect belt for her.
Hey man, I would love it if that happened.
I think might be it might be time to what you said. Same way about Nia Jax. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I hope so.
She was definitely a Triple H girl. You know what I mean? And then she got caught up in that whirlwind of everything.
Retribution.
And I think she has a lot to show. I think she's holding on to a lot because think about it. Even her been back running around with the OC. Now, shout out to the Good Brothers, obviously, but I don't think she's the greatest fit for what they do. But you know what I mean. But
they're about to have all the titles. They're about to have all the titles in NXT.
Yeah, I think they kind of needed her because one, like you said, they are down there. They're going to win the NXT tag titles. They were it's like who were they facing? Was it Karrion Kross, whoever it was had a girl, and they needed a girl in the group, and it said she's one of the brothers. Go ahead.
Scarlet,
That's who I
yes.
thought it was Scarlet. That was Karrion Kross. I've given up on him completely. That's just
New
I'm gonna leave it at
Testament.
that.
That
I mean, the final
mustache is
testament.
horrible. Why does
It
he
is.
look
It's not-
like? Oh God, that's the worst porn stash ever.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's not working, but I'm excited about this championship. But I'm gonna tell you about another championship and another champion. This is the big deal right here. Jordynne Grace, TNA champion, showed up on NXT to make to let Roxanne Perez know. Quite frankly, I plan to leave Double or Nothing in Las Vegas, a double champion. And she made it very clear to let people know, just in case you didn't know who I am, let me reintroduce myself. I am the TNA Wrestling Knockouts champion, Jordynne Grace. Now, the first time we saw her show up in the Royal Rumble, Brother Brandon had mixed feelings about it because he felt like TNA should be getting should get the same. His whole thing was, what is TNA getting in return for the partnership? And my argument was, well, they get free advertising. So if people don't know anything about TNA, they will now because of their openly acknowledging their champion showing up on TV, and she had a very good showing. Like she ain't just come in and get thrown out right away. But here we are again. She shows up in full tow, making her intentions clear, breaking down the proverbial forbidden door. And TNA looking like they have a working partnership with NXT in some sort of way. Literally, I was watching Championship Culture, and as it ended, I literally just turned the TV on. Or I was watching YouTube, and then I flipped it to the TV, and that's the next thing that I saw. And I was like, "Holy crud, what is going on?" They said she's reportedly got paid a high six-figure deal to make 3 appearances in NXT.
Yep.
One, it says a lot about what they think about Jordynne Grace, and it says a lot about their partnership with TNA. I know a couple weeks ago, if not last week, we knew something was in cahoots when we found out that WWE's parent company had partnered with TNA to be their new streaming platform. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's really called TNA Plus or whatever it is, but it's no longer with Jarrett's company. Jarrett had the Global Force Wrestling end up turning into their streaming platform where you saw all the TNA stuff at, right? Yeah. And now TNA's kind of got their space, and they kind of they said, oh yeah, what's WWE's parent company name again? I forgot. Endeavor Sports.
TKO. TKO is the name of both companies combined, right?
Yeah, it's Endeavor. Yeah.
No, it was Endeavor. Endeavor was like, oh, we're providing them with that, and I was like, wait a minute, in Endeavor, that's who started TKO Sports. They merged with Well, that's their sports division with UFC and WWE. So I was like, oh boy, but were you guys surprised to see her on NXT out of nowhere like this? Showing up?
Absolutely.
The surprise, yeah.
Go ahead, jump in.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said me?
No, anybody. Go ahead, jump in.
I thought it was going to be. Honestly, I thought it was going to be Mickie James because they wasn't saying who it was. They kept saying her opponent will be revealed. I said, oh, is this Mickie James going to come back? Because she's been quiet for so long. And then when I saw Jordan, I was like, oh, okay.
I'm going for the top guys.
Yeah. Because I don't know. I still don't see it with Roxanne. I still don't see it. I still don't get it. And maybe this will make me see it. So
you just don't like little people.
No, it's more than that. It's just I don't. It's so my problem with, and I have the same problem with. You can't tell me Ricochet can suplex the Big Show. I'm sorry, you're never going to sell me on that.
He's a superhero.
Yeah, but you're never going to sell me on that. So like when AJ Lee tried to put Caitlyn in that move, I'm like, that never should happen in real life. I just like it's always like the mismatch just doesn't make me want to watch the match, and it's about Roxanne. I just can't get behind it. I'm just waiting for that moment to say, "Oh, this is what they see in her." It's just not clicking. So I was like, "All right, Mickey's coming back." That's why they're not announcing it, to help with the, these women, because Hugh said it. They gave away all that talent because they knew they got other things. They building everybody else up. They said, "You're gonna have them. We got a whole locker room. We got a whole locker room." But with Jordynne coming, that's going to inject some more. Oh, this is what the stakes are for this title. We got a whole nother champion trying to get our championship.
it's that awkward 99, 2000, 2001 era of like you have like veteran wrestlers that just are not new faces, but they're just new in different places, right? Like they they always talked about when the Radicals came over from WCW. It wasn't like a secret, but it was like, oh wow, these guys aren't new, but it was like it was new to see them in WWE. And you have someone like Jordynne Grace that's been around for a while now, but it's like, wait a minute, she's on WWE television as TNA's world champion, and she's not a former WWE person. Like Mickie James is a former WWE person. You know what I mean? This is a brand new face. Brian, is there any chance that Jordynne Grace actually walks out as double champion? Do you think she actually shows up on TNA television with both championships? I don't know. Does somebody have to go there and go get it back from her?
Man, that would be epic, but I don't see that happening. Not with the world title. I just don't think you do that with your world title.
Okay. Why not?
I mean, it's just because it's your world championship on another company. Nah, you can't do that.
Okay.
I know TNA did it. I know TNA did it with Christian and them, but that's why everybody kind of felt like bad in that feud. But I just don't see that happening. If it was a North American title or something, maybe. But I also think, I think this opens the door as we see all the wrestlers going at each other's necks and saying, "Oh, how about this match? How about that match?" I think the women open the door for that, but I just don't see.
Let's talk about it because brother guy sent it in the group text message. That's right, breaking kayfabe. Rumors of Drew McIntyre and
nobody wants it. Nobody asks for it.
Moose is dying for it because Moose.
Nobody wants it.
Why?
Nobody wants it.
But he was the champ.
Nope, we don't want that. If she does this open the door for Jordynne to be on NXT and to drop it to somebody else?
Moose needs Drew McIntyre. Don't ignore this. He needs Drew McIntyre. He has no dance partner. These guys used to be in Impact together at one point in time. Why are you guys ignoring this? Is Jordynne Grace just the beginning?
Mm-hmm. You know what? I don't care about any of this. All I care about is them bringing back Nick Nemeth. That's it.
I was waiting for it. I've been waiting for it all day.
Bring back my man, Dog.
Let's go.
I wasn't going to say nothing.
He's a wanted man.
I wasn't going to say nothing.
The wanted man. Yes.
Is that why he went to Impact TNA? Is that why?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Exactly. Do you think he is a spy? Is he an informant?
Yes.
He's Christian Booker T and Kevin Nash all over again.
No, who did that? Somebody else went to a promotion, and I was like, bro, well, really, technically, it was kind of
Hogan.
You said who?
Hogan
when he went to
TNA in 2011.
Yes,
because remember all of them, Booker T, Christian, they all went back to WWE open arms. Oh, let me tell you what they doing. Let me tell you what Jeff is over there doing.
Flair told Sting, "What are you doing here, man? You got to get out of here."
Yep.
Well, anyways, Jordynne Grace surprising us all, challenging Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Champion, and we had one more surprise.
Oh yeah, there you go, Dwayne.
My boy.
Oh yeah.
All ego, Ethan mother freaking Page. Finally show up in NXT, and he attacks our NXT champion. I say our because he's a brother.
Yes,
Trick
sir.
Williams.
Yes, sir.
We could have had like four different good for business, three different good for business, bad for business segment on the show by itself.
Look at Trick sitting in the corner, bro.
Yeah,
why is he looking like that? Right? He could have already turned into a split.
It's no secret that I went nuts when this happened because, and I was going off in the group text with the fellas, is because I told people years ago, I said, I'm telling you, this dude has something. Like I'm seeing his upside, and I was like, if he can get himself in better physical shape, I said he's going to be a player. Just how he entertains, his facial expressions, his outbursts. I'm like, man, he's going to be really good. And he became one of my favorites. I was glad when him and Josh Alexander broke up as We the North, because I thought he had the more personality of it all. You know what I mean? And I was like, and to see him kind of, he has done things in spots in AEW. And the last thing I saw him do of significance was that final deletion video he did with Matt Hardy on a Matt Hardy comp, and him and Stokely Hathaway just completely stole the show, as well as Maxie and Wolfgang and Matt Hardy's children. They did such an excellent job with that. And I was like, I'm telling you, Ethan Page is coming. And I sat there and told everybody, I said, man, he's got a bigger upside than freaking Ricky Starks. And everybody went nuts. Like I said, all of Black Twitter. They was, what? How is he saying he's like The Rock? Blah. I was like, and I remember buying this. Like, I don't see it either. Where y'all get this The Rock stuff from? Like, why y'all making these big time comparisons because of his potential? And I got it's no disrespect to Ricky Starks, but I'm like, he hasn't done it yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was trying to figure out why he, you know what I mean? And I'm like, that's cool, but and I like Ricky Starks, but he hasn't done anything of significance to make me go, oh yeah, he's up next. Ethan Page on the other hand, I say, yo, with what he does is different. He's not trying to be like that you need to make a big deal. Like Ricky Starks carries himself a certain type of way, right? He looks a certain type of way. He has a certain type of prestige, but you got to build that character to be that. Think about it. Imagine the size. Imagine we see Ricochet. He's walking around like he's The Rock. You got to make us. You have to work to make that believable at some point. It's no different than what you said about AG Lee putting Caitlyn in certain moves. It's like, okay, are we rehearsing, or are you going to convince me that this was actually possible? And at the WWE, at the highest point of storytelling, you got to be able to carry that. I feel like Ego is that guy. He came in, he made a bold statement. He attacked the NXT World Champion. He is making his stay clean. He is officially in WWE, which means eventually we will finally get a decent Ethan Page WWE Elite action figure. His AEW action figure just came out. It doesn't look all that great.
I was waiting for it. But go ahead.
It doesn't. I was going to get it. I was looking forward to it, and I was like, cool. But then you take off the jacket, and his neck is too skinny. So I was already had that. I'm waiting to see it in person. I'm waiting for the actual figure to come out. I've only seen renders and pieces of it, but I'm excited for him.
Are you happy his name stayed the same?
Well, yeah, because it goes back to what you guys were saying on Championship Culture yesterday. It's a different era. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't think Triple H is as concerned about it as much, as because it's like, well, if you didn't make that much money with your name before, and that's the second biggest company out there, where's the threat really? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you've been taking that name on Independence and the second biggest company, then it doesn't make a difference, and they're not WWE Creations. Why are we fighting people to, for them to keep their names? Like, you want them to be as recognizable as possible, because if he comes in as somebody besides, what if he debuts, right? And first of all, shout out to Booker T, and who's the guy that's on commentary for NXT?
Vic Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph.
Vic Joseph.
Vic Joseph, right?
Yep.
I was about to say that. I don't know why I didn't say it. He was like, it wasn't he an A? And then like Booker T and ad lib.
Oh yeah, that was
funny.
I was about to say,
it wasn't an A, and he yelled at the mic or something.
Right, and Booker T's like, hold on. And like, as like, wait, he's about to talk and say something. I said, dude, that was so smooth. They do an excellent job. I thought that was very like, okay,
that was great.
That was good for it. Yeah, that was
definitely came at the right time.
What do you guys think about Eagles? I just ranted for like 20 minutes about Ethan Page. That's all I'm going to get in the show. Now, my Wi-Fi is probably going to go out again. What do you guys think about his upside? What are you looking forward to from Ethan Page finally in NXT and WWE? Someone that I said he would benefit greatly from it years ago. You guys may be familiar with him, you may not be too familiar with him, but just from the first impression that he made, what do you guys think about All Ego Ethan Page and his WWE debut and his upside?
My final thoughts is he where he belongs. I think he got tremendous upside, but you always hear about finishing school. It's time to let HBK cook with him.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say this.
I'm
gonna say this about Ethan Page. I think he's exactly where he's supposed to be, because I kept questioning what's next for Trick. This is perfect. And knowing what he can do with part of me wanted to go back to Josh Alexander just to have that one reunion tour. But this is part of me. What I said, me. Part of me wanted to see
because you probably were you the ones that booked him when they showed it to RCW 13 years ago? He was responsible. You guys remember that?
What happened was
we called them the Canadians at the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody said to me, "Hey, they drove all the way from Canada. Can they get on the show?"
I do remember that.
Yeah, and I was like, "They did what?" And then after they did the show,
2 hours.
Yeah, I was like, they did what? It was like, yeah, they just want to get on the show. So I was like, that's I don't care where they're gonna go. And they did a tag match, and I swear, y'all keep reminding me the Canadians, and I'm like, anybody that would drop 10 hours,
They were both skinny.
yeah,
Yeah.
anytime somebody would drop 10 hours for something, yeah, you can get in the show. But I'm glad he's right here because
Mhm.
he's gonna show. Let me build Trick up, even if I have to take him down.
There
That's
you
the
go.
story we're about to get right now in the wrestling, but also in the character development. Because how much more can Trick grab the mic and say, "I did this. I'm the hottest. I'm the greatest. Look at me." It was kind of wearing off, so now we got something from the
He needs dance partner.
Stephen.
Yep.
Yes, and a credible one,
A
not
champion.
just a
Yeah.
coming up. He needs one that boom jumps right in. Because I don't know, Lexus King isn't there yet.
Yeah, he's
Tony
missing something.
D'Angelo, we don't want to see that because now they gave him the Heritage Cup. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Mhm.
oh, who else is really left in that main event spot in NXT for the men? The women, no question, you can just rotate everybody out.
Yeah, facts.
But now we just need that for the men now. Just gonna take a couple weeks to build up the next, but thank God we got somebody that can slide into it.
And
Do y'all
and it's,
do y'all see NXT as a third brand?
what do you
Mhm.
say? There you go. There you go. With that loaded question again. What do you mean by do you see NXT the third? Because I see it differently than everybody else. Everybody else, I think, has a bias to why they whatever their answer is. There's a bias to it, one way or another, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say mine, but I want to hear what you got to say. I want to hear what Brian H has to say.
But the reason I asked is because on the previous show, Championship Culture, was it the Big Gold versus everybody versus the world? I think so, Brandon. Remember, Brother Brian, he made a comment about how he made a comparison about AEW and NXT, the champions.
Mhm.
Yes,
And I thought
100%
about that earlier, and Brother Brandon and I we had a discussion about it, and I made the comment that this might have solidified them as a third brand. These moves that they made, especially the Jordynne Grace move, you know.
Okay.
And like you said earlier, they got rid of all the extra stars. They put them up in the main event, and they're rebuilding. And they brought in all of these other they're starting to bring in these other stars that are about to get released. June is about to be crazy for as far as free agents. So
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people are getting ready to come in, and they're going to rebuild that roster. And right now, I would say NXT and AEW are pretty much on the equal playing field. I kind of agree with
That's
with
not supposed
what
to be that way. They got the Young Bucks.
exactly. But I wish I had the clip. I should have clipped it off earlier, but we'll probably bring it back and post it on social media. But just listening to what Brian was saying, it makes sense 100% what he was saying. It
Brian,
does.
You want to elaborate on what the brother he was referring to? For those who
Told y'all so.
probably didn't get a chance to.
Like I said,
First of all, why you keep doing the sexy voice, bro?
He's been around you for too long. That's what it is.
Yeah, see.
He's getting He's like, man, why
It is sexy. Go ahead.
It is
Well, yeah.
sexy.
There you go.
the sexy Red's appearance on NXT's got everybody tripping.
oh Lord, ain't nothing sexy about Red.
Bro, Shorty,
That
wow.
tattoo
You
on the
ain't
side of her face.
lying, though.
That tattoo.
She got a whole ice cream tattoo inside. I'm like, bro, what's up with her? Listen. Go ahead, Brian.
She's over. That's all that matters.
She was definitely over it. And real quick, she did a good job. Like
She
clearly
did.
she watched wrestling because she played
Oh
it
yeah,
on very
she
well.
was.
She did.
She knew
That
where
was
the
her
hard
moment.
camera.
Yeah, that was her moment. She said, "I was ready for this."
Yeah, but
Triple H is like, let us work. Who gives a crap?
but yeah, overall, look, like I said before, the NXT Championship and the AEW Championship is equal. If you look at Swerve Strickland, I'm sorry, but who are you putting him against? Are you gonna put him against Damian Priest? Okay,
That's what I'm
maybe.
saying.
But Damian Priest dance partners is Jey Uso and
Exactly.
Drew McIntyre and Gunther, which no, not at this variation. I'm not talking talent. I'm talking about presentation and how they book. And you're gonna put them in the ring with Trick Williams, so it feels even. It's like I said, it's like the equivalent of Hogan and Flair. And then even with TNA's heyday, it made you felt like you could get a Bobby Roode versus a who was the world champion at the time, Sheamus or somebody, you know, But or even Randy Orton, it felt like okay, that seemed like a dream match. And overall, just the way NXT is, yeah, you could say developmental system, but now the developmental system is actually NXT level up. You know, I saw a quote where it said Jada Park was happy she got called up to NXT because that's the third brand. And with it going on CW not paying for developmental, they're paying for wrestling. Hence why the most, shout out to Natalia, she revealed, she posted that she wrestled over 60 matches, 60 different women in her career, world record holder for most matches in WWE.
Oh
And
wow,
she's on
congrats.
NXT. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Don't forget my boys, the Good Brothers.
most definitely, they can win the tag team titles. It's gonna add some prestige, overall, like this is, they're in the former WWE tag team champions. So the same with the New Day. The New Day won it last year. I think it was last year or the year before last.
Oh, they definitely did. They definitely was. They were going head to head with Pretty Deadly, right?
Pretty Deadly. Yep, they had their whole program with Pretty Deadly.
And that's
introduced
how
the
I
main
got
roster
familiar with
to
them.
Pretty Deadly.
I'm telling you, you need other stars to make new stars, whether they're dance partners or whatever. Because I'm telling you that I've gotten more familiar with NXT talent because of the main roster people that have showed up. I just have like I know about Tiffany Stratton because Becky Lynch was down there. I'm like, bro, I'm watching Becky Lynch. Seriously. And I was like, oh snaps, Tiffany Stratton's not here to play. Pretty Deadly. I've seen him. I didn't really. I knew him from NXT, UK, from a distance. But then I'm like, I just New Day's on, so I'm not going. Let me see what New Day's doing for real. And that's just the way that it is. It just works. Natalia, same way. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I'm sorry, just you got to have established talent to help make new talent. NXT, I agree, is absolutely the third brand. I feel like it always was a third brand, but they just had to build it up to be that way. And Shawn, Mike, it's crazy because NXT is like hitting at the same level Pop before, but it's such a different product, right?
Yeah.
You look at NXT now versus NXT before. It's not the same stuff, but it's almost hitting the same level of popularity, except this time. Yeah, and that's the crazy part. Like that's NXT didn't have a whole lot of homegrown talent except the women. They cranked out a lot of, you know what I mean? And it was a handful.
No. I got a tidbit for you, Brother Realness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna challenge you with some homework. The NXT roster are probably the majority former AEW Dark women wrestlers.
You talking about now or just in general?
Yeah, you did say that. Yeah.
I'm telling you, go back, look at the women that we are entertained by right now. They were former AEW Dark wrestlers that AEW pretty much gave up on, and WWE said, "Come here, come on over
to my place."
Look
Blair
at
Davenport.
Blair. Yes, I was going to say, look at Blair Davenport.
He was the first.
Look at Fallon Henley. Thank you. I was so blown away, and I was like, "Did we just use AEW Dark as NXT developmental?" I was like,
"Oh wow."
WWE say, "Oh, you fumbled. Let me grab this real quick."
Gigi Dolan was Darby Allin's wife.
Yep.
Oh shoot! You know what?
She changed her hair completely. Now that I say that, you remember her.
Yo, I remember half the people like somebody was down there watching. I'm gonna tell you who it was. Y'all know exactly who it was who was sending them people right over there.
Road Dogg,
William Regal.
No, Road Dogg. I think it was before Regal, because remember Road Dogg was over there, and then he came in because remember he get left. He was over there, wasn't he?
Wasn't he? He was for a second, wasn't he?
No, he got fired. He got fired.
He got fired for WWE. Where did he go after he left WWE? Then he came back to AEW. He didn't? I thought it was him.
I don't know, but I know who on their way back though.
Who on their way back?
Keith Lee, Adam Cole. Just they have a bunch of names.
They take him by the neck. You pull out the Glock.
He Glock with the
Arn Anderson.
Arn Anderson. Oh yeah, he's working in development.
He said he about to finish up. His contract ends actually tomorrow or the 31st.
Mark Henry.
Yeah,
Mark Henry
on his way back.
He about to be a road agent for him because he know how to find them. But this is why I don't consider it a third brand yet. And the way you're gonna laugh when I say this, when the lineage from NXT, you trace it back to the TV show, which came from the WWE ECW brand, which they treated like the third brand. It had its own world champion, even to the point that the ECW world champion is counted in the was it Grand Slam or Triple Crown when we looked it up here. It's one of those that's counted in that notion. They don't count the NXT title as that.
Yeah, the Grand Slam.
So until they count that, because technically there would be more Grand Slam champions and more Triple Crown champions if they counted the NXT World Champion as a real world champion in the lineage of WWE.
No, I see what you're saying.
And Road Dogg did not work for AEW. He got rejected. He got rejected.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably what I'm thinking.
He was trying to get a job over there.
Yeah,
and then but that's what it was. He got caught up in that era where like Vince had left and they hired Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett came back and he gave I forgot. No, Road Dogg was working in NXT. Him and Regal got released, right? Because they were making so much money, but they were working developmental. And then he was looking for a job. He was about to do consulting for AEW. Then Jeff Jarrett got fired again when Triple H took over, and then he gave Road Dogg. Jeff Jarrett handpicked Road Dogg to take his job because Jeff Jarrett knew he was going to go do something else.
Who did Triple H make the comment about? You better be careful, or we'll buy that company.
Billy
Who was
Gunn.
that? Oh, that was
Billy
the
Gunn
Billy.
Hall of Fame.
Okay, I thought he was making a jab at Road Dogg. I stand corrected. You're right.
No. The Shenanigan brother, Shawn Michaels goes, wait a minute, hold on, guys. Aren't you supposed to be all in Billy Gunn? and everybody started chanting AEW, what you call it. He's like, yeah, something. He said something Vince. He's like, yeah, keep on Vince will buy that pissant company. And I was like, oh, that's Hall of Fame guys. DX Shenanigans one last time in the Hall of Fame, and they had water guns. It's okay.
Break it down.
Billy Gunn still has action figures coming out. With that being said, brothers, we made it through. Goodness gracious. We apologize to everybody for all the technical difficulties we had today. Still download, still watch. We were able to get some stuff. The brothers, everybody stepped up and pitched in despite what we had going on. So we appreciate you all. Please join us next week. Who knows what the heck will happen next week? We got a lot going on. We got a few shows coming. It's so much going on right now at wrestling. It's hard to keep up with, but you are all lucky because we are here. Goodness gracious, brother, you got that belt collection back there growing. I'm just noticing. So I'm trying to it's just everywhere.
Hey, realness, you don't get off the hook without talking about Anarchy in the Ring. Was the music not a good touch? Was that not a good touch? Was that not Goofy wrestling at his best?
There's nothing that the Young Bucks have done wrong. I don't care what AEW calls it, whatever it can be. They can do nothing. Brian H hates them. But they could do nothing in my eyes.
You ain't seen the match, but I'm telling you, that first 5 minutes of the match, when Brian Daniels said, cut that crap, play the greatest wrestling music ever. And the crowd was like, play the music. I said, I didn't know I wanted music playing while they wrestled. And you could tell it was so much chaos. It was like, why am I enjoying this? This is so this felt like Monday Night Raw.
Daniel Bryan can do no wrong. The Young Bucks can do no wrong in my eyes. Shout out to Jungle Boy Jack Perry getting set on fire.
That was it's only called with the victory roll.
Yeah, Tarzan. Yeah. George of the Jungle.
He definitely got set on fire.
Tossed out. Yeah, and then he got up and ran off to the side.
Your boy rolling down the ramp. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, with an exploding chair. It was so much. I'm telling you, the first 5 minutes was the cameraman didn't even know what to do. They split the screen at 4 at one time. They was like, never mind, we can't keep up with this. And then they went back to, wait a minute, they're over here. Oh, they're over here. I was like, oh my God. It was so, the music just made it so much better. They literally made the whole final countdown.
I wish we had more time to dive into it the way that we should have. But we had all this. That was when we had all those technical difficulties. Because I swear there was the positive spotlights in AEW Double nothing. But I don't think things was allowing it to go that way. So once again, shout out to my boys, the Bang Bang Gang, the Bullet Club Gold for Death Triangle. I'm not listen. The Jay White slander has to stop somewhere, but it's okay. It's because we have 2 AEW action figures coming out of Jay White. We appreciate everybody for joining us this week. Like I said, once again, we apologize for all the technical difficulties. We fought through this show. We appreciate you sticking with us. Thank you for everybody in the comments that kind of hung with us and stuck with this with us. Join us next week. Don't forget, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Wrestling Wrealm YouTube.com/The Wrestling Wrealm playlist. Championship culture. You're in for another doozy. Go back and watch all of season 2. Go back and watch season 1. Go back and watch all the specials. So much more to come. So much more to come from Brian H. So much coming from the Realist, the Patreon.com. All that and more, but it is late and we have to get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you on social media. We out. Peace.
Houston, we have a problem. Yes!